This is one of the cheapest guns I own. Everything in gray is 3D printed. This is the SOP mod stock. This is the 9-inch quad rail, Biden's Bane upper, the Anderson Hellfire lower, an MOE style grip, an angled foregrip, even this OEG Scope. The scope is of my own design. It was heavily inspired by Plastonauts. Although I could not get his to work, I had to completely redesign it, and I got mine to at least work in theory. We'll see if it holds up to recoil. In order to illuminate the OEG scope, I have a little piece of a 2mm fiber optic rod. It's green. I have it is a bow sight light. I believe that's the correct term. It's just to illuminate the rod inside. Got 2 adjusters here. There are springs on the opposite ends holding a little piece of 3D printed plastic with the rod inside of it. I used a cheap Taiwanese lower parts kit, 6061 charging handle. I believe the bolt is a Toolcraft bolt. The barrel is, I don't know, but it was around 50 bucks. Gas system is cheap. I don't even know if it had a brand. The scope ring, that's the cheapest I could find on Amazon. It's a 34mm scope ring. So here is the scope. You can't really see through it. It is an OEG. Let me fix that real quick. It is an OEG sight. However, if I illuminate it, you can start to see the green in there. So you keep both eyes open. One eye is going to be looking through the scope, one eye is going to be looking at the target, and your vision should overlap that green dot on the target. Now that I drove all the way here, I adjusted these to have the dot on the target. I misjudged how well the springs are held. So the springs are kinked. The dot is no longer gonna work. In theory, it should still work. I just fucked it up. So, shit. I looked through the bore, lined everything up, and the dot is good, as long as your head is in the correct position. So I'm going to turn the dot on. And just like that, the gun broke. Here is one issue with the OEG sight. No matter where your head is, that green dot is always visible. So if you are here and you aim, that green dot will be hitting way off to the right. And if you're here, it'll be hitting way off to the left. You must get your head right behind the green dot, or at least be consistent on where your head is. I redid the upper receiver. Hopefully it won't break on me this time. While I was doing that, I was working on the scope a little bit on Tinkercad. So for this one, the one I've been using, I just put a plug restricting the visibility of the dot to fix the parallax. When I look down the scope, I had to keep my head in the same exact position, which is always impossible. You can never get it back 100% to where it was. So I was able to, or when I was aiming down, I was aiming anywhere. I could have aimed above my embankment. I could have aimed way below. It was kind of dangerous. So I just put in a plug to restrict that. There's still an issue with it, but it's a lot better. For the updated one, I made it permanent. I also redid the inside just a tiny bit to make it larger, so I have more adjusting area. I also made a better cap for it. So instead of using a rubber band to fix the cap coming off already, I just have a little 2 tabs coming out, and the cap is a little larger. I'm roughly 15 yards away. I got a laser on here pointing over there. I just don't want to shoot over the bank, okay? You really have to get used to this, and I have not used to it. All right, so chambering around. Perfect. That dot is so hard to see. It just blends in. Now, the second one I made should be a little better. It has a 1mm dot, or 1mm fiber optic, so it's not so bloomed out. Dot is off, shooting. Ugh. Well, I'm actually still able to see the dot without the light. I am not the best shooter. There are a lot of issues with this gun, or with this sight, that I need to work out. But here is my group. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are from the gun that was destroyed, so I'm not counting those. But I'm a little high, I'm a little right. That's fine for now. I can always adjust it. Now, the issue I'm having is I am losing the dot. The dot is just one big blur. Hopefully, the 1mm fiber optic rod will fix that instead of the 2. It'll be more concise. But there's also the issue of it not being bright enough. Now I could fix that. All I'll have to do is, instead of just slicing off, I don't know, a 1/4 inch of fiber optic rod, sliding it in the disc and sliding it in the scope, I might have to go 1 inch fiber optic rod and slide it in from the front. That could be doable. But for that, not bad. I'm gonna double check. Double checking again. Gonna have to work on that stock a little bit. You gotta get your cheek weld in the same fucking spot, always. I really need an adjustable gas block on this guy, but I don't want to wait until next week to shoot this video. Alright, so got it lined up. I'm gonna go check. Ah, fuck, I got one left. Fuck it. Gun's not falling apart on me, so that's nice. Alright, where the fuck am I aiming? Okay. I shot the rest of the magazine. The first two may be these two. I'm not quite sure. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm a little right, a little, pretty imprecise, not very accurate. But again, I'm not the greatest shooter. I'm having trouble keeping the dot in focus. It's just a blur. There are ways to mitigate that, and I might do those. We'll see. I might have to completely redesign the scope again.